Hey y'all, what's going on? All right, I already did like a pre-shuffle of the current energy of this Mercury retrograde in Pisces. Okay, take what resonates because I am reading for the collective. So, if it don't resonate, let it fly. Okay, don't force it. And yeah, I hope this resonates though. And you're able to get something out of it. All right, so I already did a pre-shuffle. We got the architect's plan. This is creation, blueprint, destiny. And it was so funny. I used my new deck and I got the Mercury retrograde. Everything is backwards. And then we got like the some kind of guidance, but just the energy overall. Commit, be diligent and determined towards your goals and work. Your work ethic and productivity determines the result or outcome. So because, all right, I'm not going to sugarcoat it. All right, I'm not one of those readers that tells you the same old. Oh, it's Mercury retrograde. You know, exes tend to come back, reminiscing of the past and yada, yada, and the third. I'm not sugarcoating it over here. Okay. Because while that can happen, yes, there's other things that the Mercury retrograde can do us some good in our lives. It varies. It honestly varies, but it really depends too, just where you are too, as well. Needless to say, I really feel like this Mercury retrograde for the collective is trying to get our own head out of our asses, pretty much. Because I know that it is in Pisces. It's in the sign of Pisces. And Pisces, tend to, be drawn towards like fantasy and, the dream, very dreamy, very like, but if I had it, I could do this and just, very fantasy land. The if I could have, I wish I had, and so on and so on. So, yeah, I feel like with with the Mercury retrograde, that will be ending pretty soon too. Within the next, I believe, 2 weeks. This is more like wake up and smell the coffee. This is giving. We already told you what you need to do. We're showing you what mistakes that need to be corrected. We're showing you where there's errors in your plans. We're showing you where you need to include more structure in your plan, where you need to be creating more healthier or more healthier routines, I would say, and just a more healthy lifestyle. Yeah, it's more so within that lane. And this is where commit comes in here, where it's very, very Virgo energy, very, diligent in certain plans, really building from the ground up, whether you're setting yourself up for long-term goals, really verifying. And, with Mercury retrograde anyway, this is always a time to review. This is always a time to go back in that book or in those certain chapters, recognizing those mistakes, recognizing those patterns or those certain behaviors, the certain toxicities, whether this is person, place, or thing, really going over that and to also remind yourself, what you need to work on, where you need to refocus, where you need to replan, where you need to restructure, just all of those things. Okay. But this is pretty much the overall energy of what I'm getting. But this is leading us to, a more brighter outcome within different things. Okay. We're going to get a little bit more deeper, and I went back to my to my old modern witch deck. Okay, I missed her. So I want to give her some love. More on the collective. 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 Wait. More on the collective. Scared. More on the collective. We got the Five of Cups in reverse. We got the Wheel of Fortune in reverse. And we got Page of Cups in reverse. I feel like this is picking up where you left off. This is picking up those pieces. Picking up those, adding up to those, adding in those pieces to the missing puzzle, okay? So I do see like the aha moment is going to start weaving in, maybe close to next week though. Maybe close to next week. So this is you realizing the different. This is you realizing those certain things that you were missing. If you didn't get it before, you're going to get it now. Okay, this is where things are going to start clicking for you. This is for you, you know, wherever you are in your career, you know, wherever you are, you know, as far as, you know, trying to make more money, in your creative abilities, wherever you are in your spiritual path. Certain things are going to start clicking for you. We also got the Wheel of Fortune here in reverse. So this definitely tells me too that the Wheel of Fortune always speaks about the changes in destiny, fate, you know, and this brings us back to the architect's plan with my oracle deck, the creation, blueprint, destiny, you know. So that definitely ties back into that. So I'm seeing where this is all just like kind of tying back, you reviewing the past, you reviewing and also restructuring certain routes, okay, certain things that you didn't thought of before. And this is where it ties into what I said before about how certain things are going to start clicking, okay? Going to be receiving more downloads during this time. I'm also seeing something, this is getting a little deep, some regrets maybe about the past, dealing with a child. So like many of you could also be, you know, dealing with that inner child healing, okay? Recognizing the types of things that you didn't receive when you were younger. Maybe this was apologies. Maybe this is maybe this is affection that you didn't have. Maybe this is, you know, you kind of grew up in a household where you've always been the one to look after everyone, making sure everyone else is good. Just being the adult when you haven't been the child growing up, you know, taking on adult responsibilities at a young age. That's what I'm seeing too with this Page of Cups. But this is also too, if this resonates for you, this is also you recognizing that because you didn't receive what you didn't have, what you should have had at that young age, you are recognizing that I need to protect that inner child. I need to give, you know, the certain things that I didn't have as a child. So I'm going to, you know, start doing this, you know, now in real time. This could also be like you expressing yourself more, you know, proudly, authentically. This could be you, you know, giving yourself like the certain toys that you wish you could have gotten when you were younger. You going back to that and actually ordering those toys, or it's just certain things. It's an accumulation of different things, dealing with that inner child and that inner child healing. We're gonna see what else. So I got the Fool reverse. I feel like I'm getting like something in the words of unwelcomed, something of like unwelcome people, or where it's like now you're starting to understand your boundaries a bit more. People that, you know, you don't really find attractive, people that you don't really have things in common with, people that constantly have maybe somehow disrespected you in the past regarding you certain boundaries, that you had kind of like walked all over you. Okay. So I do see like you know, recognizing that within yourself, also recognizing that you, this is like, okay, this is, it's all clicking all at once. Okay. Bear with me. So this is like you recognizing that people may have walked all over you, disrespected you, you know, all willy-nilly. Okay. And you really having that confidence with the Strength card here, to really sit back and look at all of those replaying like all of those scenarios that may have went down, what you could have done better, now how to actually properly move. And then Four of Wands, because this is all about foundation, right? This is you setting the tone on how you're going to move forward, how you want to be perceived now. Okay. This even goes along the lines of maybe you've there's been plenty of times where you've been distracted with everyone else, whether this is like caretaking, whether this is, you know, being a provider in a relationship, or you having to always play this certain role. This is you stepping out now and realizing that you have things that you want to accomplish, goals that you want to accomplish. You want to see things through, okay? And this is all coming back to, again, your foundation. You setting the foundation on how you're going to actually get there, okay? And just you really taking off confidently in that, because you already know what you want, right? Yeah, we got the Six of Pentacles here in the back of my deck. You know, this is about give and take. Especially like when it's in reverse. It's like one hand, it's not equal, but equally balanced in that sense. All right, now I'm going to start looking at the guidance during this Mercury retrograde. Actually, let me pull a few more cards. I love this deck, y'all. It's my sarcasm deck. Oh. Like, because I'm such a, like, love sarcasm as a Capricorn. But it's Scorpio's sarcasm, but I'm here for it, all right? Let's get some confirmations. I can take all of these. I don't like pulling. I like to do one at a time. Confirmation, spirit, confirmations. Ooh. All right, we got twin flame. When the lesson is louder than love. Okay. Some more confirmations. So this person could be, it could be a significant other. It doesn't really necessarily have to be a twin flame. This could be an old sweetheart. This could be a male or female. Something significantly tied to like a partnership or some type of love connection. What else? Another confirmation. More confirmations based on what I just read. Okay, we're gonna take it. So we got alignment. Your chakras are fine. It's your attitude. Control freak. You're so busy controlling everyone else, you've lost control of you. Ooh, so some of you need like a tune-up in your chakras, the seven chakras, okay? Boundaries, not no is an entire sentence, okay? Didn't I talk about boundaries? Didn't I talk about boundaries? Like, come on now. Anyways, control. You're so busy controlling everyone else, you've lost control of you. All right, so what I'm getting is, for some of you, you could be in a love connection, or you could have been in a love connection that has totally flipped the scale on balance, okay? This is so funny that it's... Okay, never mind. But anyways, this is about balance. So it's kind of like... It's kind of like you have to... It's like you have to lose control in order to gain control again. But it comes back to this boundaries. You standing up for... You exercising your voice. You emphasizing on your needs, your wants, your values, your core values. And just who you are becoming now, okay? Because we're not meant to stay the same. There's always going to be changes. We're constantly evolving, okay? Okay. Now I'm gonna see some guidance. Let's see some guidance. I'm gonna leave this card commit because we did get that. I did get that for the energy. I really feel like, you know, you really taking your power back. You're stepping into your throne. You're stepping into your throne. Mother and father. I talked about that too. It's the guidance, spirit. The inner child, the bloodline. This is, okay, birds. This is signifying conversations, gossip in particular, chatting, consistent words, being nosy in the business, spying. This is interesting because I'm also looking at this card, the control freak card. And it's like the woman and the man are like basically almost like, about to, conversate with you. There's engagement going here. So this definitely tells me that, pay attention to who you have around you. Pay attention to what you're telling certain people about certain things in conversation, because you may have some people that are some naysayers, or they may not agree with how you're dealing or handling things, or this, whether you're becoming a new you. Just really just pay attention to who you have amongst your circle. Not to freak you out or anything, but yeah. Let's see what else. Oh, we got the X. So this conversation could involve, an ex, but the guidance here is really to don't let that, discombobulate you, or make you feel threatened, or make you feel any type of way, really. Because we're going back to this, commit. You need to stay committed to where you are currently headed, okay? What you are focused on. You need to steady dive, study, research, whatever that you're passionate about, whatever that creative endeavor that you're going for, that hobby, that interest, that certain lifestyle that you're trying to attain, or currently have going. Are you trying to bring consistency and flow with that, structure with that? Stay focused on that, okay? Because this is what this retrograde here is here to teach you, okay? I'm just gonna pull one more card for the collective. One more card, some guidance for the collective. Okay, well, we got echoes of Morpheus. So this is leadership, inspiration, belief. Path of the one, destiny, leadership, sacrifice. And then the pilgrim's path, search, discovery, journey. So yeah, like, you're on a specific path. You're on a specific journey, okay? Everybody ain't meant to come with you, and it's okay. Everybody is not meant to go where you're going, and you have to be okay with that, okay? You have to be all right with letting people be. You have to be okay with letting certain places go. You have to be okay with letting certain things be what it is. Okay, it already served as a lesson. It was part of your path. It was part of your journey. It was sent towards you for a reason. So now, as you learn from those things, or these people, you are setting the standard of what's required, of what is acquired. Some of you are meant to lead. Some of you are meant to not be a follower, okay? So you have to cut the distractions. You have to sometimes turn off the phone, stop scrolling, and actually get with you, you know, being aligned, attuned to yourself. Because when you're not aligned, that's where you kind of create this tower moment. You make things worse, specifically when during Mercury retrograde in Pisces. You want to take heed to the warnings. You want to be able to listen and not be so controlled on a certain outcome or a certain scenario. You have to be able to listen and to receive, because how else is it going to serve as knowledge for you, for your highest and greatest good? Okay, I hope this reading resonate. Please let me know in the comments. All right, give me a like, give me a share, follow, something, if you also would like a reading, you can email me at seanbrian@gmail.com. I only accept Cash App as well. Also get at me on Facebook at Sean Brian. And I hope to see you at the next reading. And thank you for tuning in.